We just got Brooke in Utah.
Yeah. Hi, Brooke.
Hi.
Hi.
You're on.
Okay. Hi. So I have a question. I'm Mormon. My husband just left the church about a year ago and became atheist, and I've been reconsidering everything, and I'm kind of on the fence in regard to everything. But I had a question that I haven't been able to answer, and it's, I believe in God, but it's not. But I absolutely don't make any assertion that I know 100% that He exists. But the reason I believe in Him is because I choose to believe in Him. Like, it makes me happy, and it gives me hope in life and purpose.
Okay, that beliefs are not a matter of choice. So you can't actually choose to believe something. You either believe it because you're convinced that it's true, or you don't. So are you convinced that a God exists?
Well, no, not factually, not scientifically. I can't prove it scientifically, but I want to believe, and I choose to fantasize that He does exist because it makes me happy to think about it.
I mean, you can convince yourself of an untrue belief if you talk yourself into it hard enough, I think.
But people are indoctrinated all the time, but it doesn't sound like Brooke is indoctrinated. It sounds like I'm not saying this to be, overly aggressive or anything, but it sounds like you're engaging in a little bit of fantasy because it makes you feel better.
Yeah, well, yeah, and this was my question is, is there a problem with people doing that? Because I know you've said in previous shows that it's not good, or that you need to be in tune with reality and not detach yourself from reality. But my question is, what if it hurts so bad to be in reality that it's actually beneficial to be fantasizing? I had depression. I've had depression for many years, and a couple of years ago when my grandma passed away, I got so low that I was suicidal for about 3 months, and during that time I was on medication and therapy, but that didn't seem to help very much at all. But what did help was my belief in God, my fantasy of an afterlife, of the hope that brought, of my relationship with Him, etc. And that was what kept me from offing myself, basically, from hurting myself. And
I mean, it may not.
What would be wrong?
It may not ultimately be harmful to you in any way, but I mean, at least for one thing, you're propping up an institution with things that supports things that I think it sounds to me like deep down you don't actually think are true. I mean, just to see where you're coming from, do you think that the Mormon Church has ever done anything problematic with their religious authority?
Oh, definitely. The whole Prop 8 thing.
Yeah,
that's made me very mad. I mean, not letting blacks have the priesthood, the polygamy thing, of course.
I think what you do when you buy into the religious structure is that you give them an inappropriate level of authority over people. You sort of give them cover for teaching the kind of things that they do. So it's an abstract kind of harm, and your individual part in propping up the Mormon Church is very small, but it's actions that are spread out over a large number of people that is of concern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Well, with organized religion aside, just believing in God, do you think it's harmful to only believe in Him because I choose to, because it makes me feel good to fantasize about an afterlife and all that?
Would you want to believe in Narnia?
If it made me happy, yeah, because that's how I can, since I was a little kid, that's how I coped with my reality, because my reality was so painful growing up at the time. I just had a lot of crap going on in my life and stuff, and depression, that's how I coped, was to escape into a fantasy world. And it wasn't just God, it was other things. I used to pretend all sorts of stuff when I was younger. And it makes me happy now to do that too.
Well, I think most people get some kind of enjoyment in some kind of escape. I mean, I'm a real fan of science fiction. And so, I read a lot of science fiction, and, it's an awful lot of fun sometimes to sit back and daydream about faster than light travel. Now, that's not reality. We can't do that. But, it gives me a lot of pleasure to think about what it would be like to be able to just visit another star system at some point.
Yeah, play more video games.
Yeah, just so I mean, there's nothing wrong with that kind of escapism. You don't have to attach it to some kind of belief system in some supreme being.
Yeah, and that's the part that I know my husband is really frustrated with this aspect where I have this part of me that because I grew up in the LDS Church and so I have this my worldview it's been pounded in my head so many times that we have a baby now, and so I'm like if I don't raise this baby in a church or in the LDS Church then I'm going to be accountable before God and all that stuff, and I have those.
So wait, your husband is a Mormon?
Her husband's an atheist.
He was, but he left the church.
Yeah. I don't think you should artificially push a kid into a church on the theory that it will be good for them, because I don't actually agree that it will. But we are out of time.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. I appreciate you taking my call.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling. Very interesting.
Yep.